Hey everybody, welcome in. It's another day of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Guys, did I get my login calendar? I was like, don't remember getting that. Anyway, hope all is well. Thanks for being here. It means a lot that you choose us, that you choose me. Not that I'm anything. It's just anything. It's just a grind. It's a grind festival. Yeah, it's like all the grind all the time is where we are. All the grind all the time because it's a free to play and it's all the grind all the time. Maybe one day we'll be done with Chupio. It's like in some instances, I feel like you should just farm whatever you need on the 20 nodes first, because the 20 nodes are so brutal. They are, and it's like you just go, when you start the game and you get to where you should where you opening the 80 nodes, the 80 cost nodes, you should be like, yeah, I need that one and that one and that one, and just start. It doesn't even matter, honestly, if it fits in your farm. You should just go, oh, what's on 9E? Yeah, okay, now we're done with 9E. Now what's on 9D, and then what's on 9C. Because they're just, you just need so much stuff, and it's so brutal though. I mean, or it's like you need to just pick the ones that you're going to need in the near term and just knock those out, so you have like a big barrier between the two. Not a whole lot to talk about other than that. I don't know. Well, it's just don't know. I feel like we got Chewbacca. Did we get? I might have got Chewbacca up to relics earlier. I don't remember. But at some point, I'm just like tired of farming Kairos because they're like, it never ends. And I'm just like, oh, let's go knock out. Let's go get some low hanging fruit and knock out some low hanging whatever that's available, and just grab it and be like, okay, that's a piece done. So I know it's been a while since we've been putting on pieces, but we're kind of. Do I have enough Kairos? Of course I do. I'm going to farm some more of what I just farmed. What I just bought. Can I farm those? Are they farmable somewhere? Yes, farm them. They're from them. Sits there in the fleet, which is good. Honestly, I think now we're just going to start working on pushing everybody into relics, because we're getting there. I mean, we're still, if you wanted to put a time frame on anything, it would be a while. A while would be a good guess, because it's about how long it's going to take us to get anywhere. I mean, so we hit that. I needed that for, and this should be, these things. You need, like, I don't know. They don't really ever come for sale from anywhere. So we're going to grab these. Then we're going to do one more. refresh. We're not going to refresh anymore. We're just assimilating stuff so that we can get these. I mean, whenever we get to use to the point where we're actually using Relic, we can get stuff rolling. That's what I'm looking forward to. I know yesterday we farmed Talon, but we need some more signal data first. And Talon will come. A lot of time. We have a lot of time to kill. We have a lot of time before we get to Talon. We have a lot of relics and stuff that need to be applied before we even worry about Talon, honestly. Got into play some hunters today. I had some time, played some hunters on my Switch. And you get to a certain point where it's like, you can just casually play whoever you want. But for me, that gets a little boring. And they have this match called Matchup Clash, where it just randomly assigns you to a character. And so you don't get to pick it. And sometimes you'll get, like, the bounty hunter that just put in. Sometimes you'll get an early game tank. Sometimes you'll get an early game melee. Sometimes you get an early game range. But sometimes you'll get a lot of... Well, tonight I got to play with J3, who was a Jedi that I was working on opening. He's the robot that thinks he's a Jedi. So I got to play with him a little bit. And then I finally ended up opening him. And I feel like I had been working on him for a little bit to open him. And then I got to play with Utini, who is two Jawas that are stuck on top of each other. I had never played with them before. And then I get to play with Slingshot, who is a Ugnet that rides around in a droidica. And that was pretty fun. And then my last game I got to play with, or one of my last games I got to play with Reeve, which was interesting because she's the Sith. And, you know, J3 and her are very interesting to play because it's just weird. You don't think of a Jedi or a Sith being in a whatever type of game. I didn't mean to refresh that, by the way, but I did, so yeah, it'll be okay. Totally didn't mean to refresh that. But it's a different type of game. I mean, people said that it felt like Overwatch, I guess. But to me, because I never played Overwatch, my immediate remembrance was Team Fortress 2, and that's what it reminds me of, is Team Fortress 2. Yeah, it like plays a whole lot. Yeah, it plays exactly like Overwatch. I mean, Team Fortress 2. I mean, and I know that the reason that Arnold used the Overwatch moniker is because a lot of people play Overwatch. I've never played Overwatch. I played Team Fortress 2. I used to play it. I probably haven't played TF2 in probably over a decade, but I used to play a lot of it. Back when it was first came out, and I know people still played a lot, but I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to do that. But it's still it's still a very fun game. I remember it. I don't remember how long I played in it, but it's a really fun game. But I mean, and this is just, capture points, get 25 kills before the other team does. whoever holds the trophy the longest or holds it the amount of time that they do is the winner. And what's interesting about that is I think they had an element of that in Team Fortress 2, but in this game, it's like if you're the guy holding the flag, at least this was my experience. I could have just misplayed, but you can't attack. If you're the guy who has the trophy, you can't attack. And previously that was not the case. And now like I said, I might have misclicked and may have tried to do something that I shouldn't have done. And I was trying to attack and I ended up throwing the trophy, and that's not good, but it's pretty good. It's just like, but whereas in Team Fortress 2 back a long time ago, I was pretty good as the sniper character. Well, in Hunters, it's like I don't have that quick trigger just because I've not played a lot of those types of games. Up close and personal recently, but there's definitely a want. There's definitely this is something I should do. This is something I should look into. This is something I should play more. And I do have Diego open. And what's her name? The female, I don't know what her name is, but I have her open. In the early characters, it's just when you have the freedom to play who you want to play, you kind of want to play who you're good at. And that's the reason why this randomized mode is kind of, it's like, because you don't get to pick. It's like, oh, well, I guess I have to try to get better with such and such character. And I love that. I love, being forced to learn somebody new because the random number generator said, oh, hey, you get to play Utini this game. And when you've not played Utini because you don't have him open, that's like, huh. And so that's why I like the matchup clash is a very fun mode. I mean, because it just doesn't let you choose, it chooses for you, and you have to figure it out for yourself. But the good thing is, if you don't have the class unlocked already, well, then you get to try it first. You get to play with it first, and then all of whatever experience points you generate, you get to go ahead and assign to that character, even though you don't technically have it open. And that's something I really like. I really like that aspect. But all in all, it's just what do we do today? What do we do this morning? We went for a walk. That was good. Went for a walk with all 3 of the kids, the baby in the stroller, and the boy and the girl went for a walk around our reservoir area. It was like, it's probably, I don't have 2 miles. We just took it easy. Let the kids swing on the swing for a little bit. Then we came back and I watched was playing a little Overwatch and doing my dailies on this earlier. And I watched, Star Wars Hunters, and I watched the USFL Championship game, the USFL Conference Championship game, which was disappointing for me because I was like, how hard it is to beat the same team 3 times in a season. So I'm like, Michigan's got to win this game, and they did not. And that was like, oh, you could have won, but you didn't. It was kind of like, because I had said, because Michigan, I thought they had a chance. Really thought they had a chance because their coach won Coach of the Year. They had the Defensive Player of the Year. They have a really good defense. It's just their offense is like, it's mid, I guess. And that's just unexpected because I'm like, these guys have got to be able to put something together for one day. They've got to have a game plan that will work to beat this team for one day. And it's like, when the realization happens, you're like, not quite. That's like, it's just like, I use the phrase often. I use the Turner phrase often. The whole Rachel Green line. But it was sad. But I don't know if I'm going to watch the XFL championship game tomorrow. I might. It's on at 7 tomorrow night, which is like late. And I'm just not a fan of that St. Louis Ball Club. I'm just not. They're like, they feel like they give me. And if you're a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, I apologize for this, but they give me Cowboy vibes. So, and if you're, and that gives me Yankee vibes, and that gives me Laker vibes, and it's the biggest team in whatever league, and it's like, I don't want anything to do with you because it's almost like you're, I don't know. That probably didn't make any sense, and I can't say that I meant it to, but I said what I said. Oh my gosh. We got a piece. We're still waiting on, the whole thing with Chewy, and gosh, I cannot emphasize enough. This is one of the biggest lessons I've learned recently is find the hardest characters to farm and farm them first. The ones that are going to take the longest. Do yourself a favor, farm them first. Then farm the ones that are 18, farm the ones that are 16, and then, we got to move. I got money. I want to move some people up. So let's move some people up to 7 stars. Let's move Johnny up. And if we were closer to Revan or Darth Revan, I would probably go ahead and bring her up to 85. But some of these guys I just want to have available at 7 stars for territory battle or whatever. Just to make them a little bit more useful. Boss. Cody, I don't care about at all. It's like, and I know you need him for somebody, but he's just, if you've played with him, it's like, it's just the way it is for me. It's like, I don't want to play with him. I'm just leveling people up tonight because I want to be able to use them at some point. I'm going to be able to take Kylo all the way to 7 tonight. That's probably what I'm looking at. Might go ahead and take him all the way to 85 because why not? It's 6 million. I don't want to take him. I don't want to do. Maybe I don't want to do that tonight. Seer. Clone Wars Chewie. I don't know that I need Clone Wars Chewie at all, but not do that. All right, so we didn't really talk about a whole lot. I just kind of rambled and just kind of, But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you hold the line. God bless, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.